Welcome back to A Squared.
All right. Now let's send it over to our game host, Destiny Siliberty, and see if... Go back to the top.
Hello, I'm Allison.
And I'm Allison.
And welcome to A Squared. Today we'll read some viewers' worst online dating stories.
We'll play Finish That Vine.
Here's some news from all 50 states.
And finally, we'll discuss the taboos around piercings and tattoos.
So Allison, what do you think about online dating?
It's not for everybody.
Well,
that's for sure.
Very true. Well, even if you've never used online dating apps, you've heard of some of the horror stories.
We had some people submit their worst dating stories in order for us to share them with you.
I matched with a guy who turned out to be a professor at my school. Super awkward.
Met a guy online and went over to his place to watch a movie. Turns out the only movies he owned were The Fast and the Furious. So we watched all of them, and then he made me leave.
A guy tried to bribe me to come to his hotel room with snacks. I almost went.
My 15-year-old sister found out I was talking to someone on Tinder and didn't think it was safe, so she sent him a picture of my poop to scare him away. It worked.
When we come back, we'll be joined by two contestants who are ready to battle and finish that vine.
So don't change that channel, and we'll be right back.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Here at PSTV, we cover a lot of hockey. It's starting to show.
Yo, Manny!
Jack, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, see the camera, man.
No problem. Here you go.
Whoa. I had that reserved. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. Are you kidding me?
Hey, 2 minutes for fighting.
What are you in for? Fighting. Yep, instigating. Happens.
Me te tengo que decir de tigre que a mí me tienes harta. El peso que dice su cuerito. Me llaman a las 4 de la mañana, me toman. Mandando mensaje, mira. Oye, pero a cada rato. Oye, te tengo que decir de este muchacho que me tiene a mi hija. Ni siquiera tengo su number save. Me llama cada rato, me está mandando mensajes que yo te hacía.
Ay, pero qué dramática.
¿Dramática cómo? Dramática no tu madrina, chico. Te estoy diciendo que no es problema mía. Cada rato te me tienes tu problema.
Estás viendo PSTV, canal Charter 194.
I love my sister. doesn't see race. Love is love.
PSTV is a student-run television network. Students are seen as the underdog when it comes to television, so I think people should watch it just so people can see how well we do television. I think it's great. Are you gonna let me say it this time?
Nope. PSTV. We'll never cut you off.
Welcome back to A Squared. Tonight's game will test the player's memory while they try to finish a line from a popular Vine. For those of you who don't know what Vines are, they are short 6-second videos that were produced on the app Vine.
Now let's send it over to our game host, Destiny Ciliberti, and see if these contestants are ready to win.
Welcome to Finish That Vine. I'm your host, Destiny Ciliberti. Now let's meet our contestants. We have Tyler and we have Bailey. So the rules for this game are simple. There are 4 rounds. Round 1, each question's worth 10 points. Round 2, questions are worth 25 points. And round 3, questions are worth 50 points. Each contestant has a buzzer, and whoever buzzes in first says what they think the line is. And if one of them gets it wrong, the other one has a chance to steal. Now, who's ready to play this game?
I'm ready.
I was
live
born
in a
ready.
time where there's before Vine and after Vine.
Relatable, relatable. Okay, so the first one, road work ahead.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Correct. Okay.
Sorry. It's okay. You'll get it. So.
GG. Good game, good game. The second one, Hurricane Katrina.
More like Hurricane Tortilla.
Yay, another one.
It's okay, Bailey. It's okay.
Okay, the third one.
Don't go easy.
Look at all those. Tyler.
Chickens.
Ooh, Bailey, he's killing you. Okay, fourth one. He needs some.
I don't remember. I don't know it.
Go ahead, Tyler.
He needs some milk.
Correct. Woo, Bailey. Okay, still round 1. Question 5. Hi, welcome to Bailey.
Chili's.
Yay! Okay, this is round 2. Question 1. Who's the hottest Uber driver you've ever had?
I've never been to Ubu Java.
Correct. Okay.
Well, I don't know why I know of.
Question 2. Kylie Jenner to the foyer, please.
Is that a chicken?
Yes, correct. Okay, question 3.
I'm actually scared for you. You need a life.
I don't get no sleep because of y'all.
Y'all ain't gonna get no sleep because of me.
Okay, question 4. Hi, my name is Trey. I have a basketball game tomorrow.
I know it, but I don't know what he actually says.
No,
I know the Vine.
This is peak Vine culture.
I play point guard, something like that. I got a basketball game tomorrow.
Okay, it was I play point guard and I've got a shoe game. And I've got shoe game.
I mean,
so
you don't
I
have
guess
to
we
count
can have
that.
that
I'm
too.
already ahead, so I'll give you guys that one.
We love a humble sister. Question 5. Welcome to Del Taco. They've got this new thing called
Free Shavakadu.
Correct. All right, round 3. Question 1. Air horn prank.
Oh.
Now, this might not be something that was said, but it involves an air horn.
Is the old lady who's like, did you say something?
Yes, congratulations. Question 2. My favorite Screamo band is...
I think I want to say something, but I don't know what it is.
Go ahead.
Do it.
It's wrong, but
You have to buzz first.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I don't know, but I feel like there's a Vine out there that says that it's One Direction, but I'm probably wrong.
No, you're close, you're close. Tyler, do you want to steal?
Nah.
The answer was probably Big Time Rush.
You and you were on the right track.
Yeah, I knew it was
they're all the
something
same.
like that,
Okay.
It's all the same thing.
Question 3.
Okay.
My name's Max, and I'm going to show you how to make cereal. This is an obscure one, not going to lie.
What a rare Vine.
We love a rare Vine competition.
How to make cereal. I don't remember.
You want to forfeit? I can give the answer to y'all.
Hit us with it.
First, we go into the fridge and, oh my God, we're out of milk. I mean, who was really checking for that one? Now,
It's missable.
So,
we have our final vine. Winner takes it all. Do you have any ice cubes? Write your answers down, please. Thank you. Y'all got a time limit, so I'm just gonna. Can we get copyrighted for that?
No.
No? Okay.
Go no further.
I had a remix to it. I'm about to just randomly start counting down and make y'all scared.
That doesn't help.
15.
Can you repeat the final vine?
The final vine is, do you have any ice cubes?
I'm going to be so mad at myself later.
I don't even know.
I'm not even counting in my head. I'm just calling out numbers.
All the ones I knew, Tyler already said.
5. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. I just said no.
Okay, Bailey, what did you say? Wow, disappointing. Wrong.
That's what my dad says all the time.
The correct answer was, no, I just have these frozen fruit shapes. I'm disappointed.
Get this on screen.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Get out of here. No, no. Cheating.
Regardless, because neither contestant got it right.
That's true.
Tyler wins. Yay!
Proud of you.
No vine culture.
It's okay. It just means that he doesn't have a life.
Oh, am I reading that? Am I reading that?
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Whoa! Oh, PSTV's on.
PSTV, it do the things and stuff. There's shows on it that you can watch.
Pretty good stuff, man.
Tune in to WQKE at 93.9 FM, groundbreaking college radio.
I came to SUNY Plattsburgh to gain the knowledge I need to succeed in life, to make friends that will last a lifetime, to have mentors and teachers whose words will stay with me for years to come. to live in a comfortable atmosphere I know I can trust. I joined multiple clubs and organizations and was placed in leadership roles. All of this was possible because I chose SUNY Plattsburgh not only as my school, but as my home away from home. Where will your home away from home be? To learn more, visit plattsburgh.edu.
Hello and welcome back. Are you ready for some national news? Start the timer. Alabama's playing football. Alaska's trying to save the beluga whales. Arizona has a small plane crash, but Arkansas is coming through. DeVos, California is the 5th happiest state. Colorado has a shooting that leaves one dead. Connecticut task force is against opiate courts. Pets arriving in Delaware after Florence. Marijuana washes up on Florida beaches. Georgia's graduation rate climbs. Hawaii has an app to save mystery bird sightings. Idaho has a lot of politics. Drug llama accused in Illinois. Ozone is high in Indiana. Iowa woman dies after collision with grandson. Kansas is into politics. Decaying distillery comes back to life in Kentucky. Louisiana library to start a drag queen story hour. Convicted murderer captured after escape from Maine prison. Florence coming for Maryland. Florence leaves Massachusetts. Michigan police worried about impact of approval of recreational marijuana. Minnesota fighting against opioids. Man wears snake on his neck to a Waffle House in Mississippi. Jellyfish found in Missouri Lake. Golf takes over Montana. Spiders on rise in Nebraska. Nevada elementary school sells chicken in order to save teaching positions. New Hampshire police identify man killed in crash. New Jersey is located on a peninsula. Who knew? Birds have begun migrating to New Mexico. New York is getting closer to legalizing marijuana. Florence destroys North Carolina agriculture. North Dakota farmers can't store soy. Ohio ranked 9th least diverse state. Oklahoma ranked 11th in rate of women killed by men. Oregon is ready for fall. Pennsylvania is researching ducks. Rhode Island town is boycotting Nike. I-94 reopens in South Carolina. South Dakota receives grant to support mental health in schools. Tennessee. I got so close. I got to Tennessee.
You were really close. That was really good. I would really thought you could not. You stuttered on a few of them.
I know. And that's
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
PSTV. Reaching 6,000 students and 18,000 households, PSTV produces top-quality, student-produced programs. Using state-of-the-art equipment and some of the best studios around, PSTV produces entertainment that everyone will enjoy. So join us. Campus Channel 10.1 and Charter Cable 194.
So, Allison, I have a question for you. Would you hire someone if they had a nose piercing or trust a doctor to perform a surgery if they were covered in tattoos?
I don't know. It all depends on how they are, I guess. Why do you ask?
Well, the reason I ask is because this is still a hot topic in today's society. Even though 42% of Americans have tattoos and 61% have piercings, but 76 employees feel that having tattoos and piercings hurts your chance of getting a job. Now let's have some real talk with Megan, the owner of One Flight Up Piercing in Plattsburgh, New York, to discuss the taboos and stereotypes around people with body modifications. Hi, I'm Allison, and I'm gonna get pierced. Let's do this. Today we're at One Flight Up with Megan, and I'm gonna get a lot of piercings done. Woo! How many piercings do you have now?
Probably 18.
Oh, God.
How many piercings do you have, Allison?
8. I had 9. And then I had to take my nose piercing out for a job. Of course. I know.
And that's what you guys are doing your subject on?
Yeah. Have you ever been treated differently because of all the body modifications?
Yes. I actually have. I have implants in my arms, and I'll have you guys get them. And I actually get most discriminated and treated crappily because of these.
Yeah.
So because of more extreme modifications, people don't understand why I have them, why I did it. Get called crazy. People don't understand how insulting they are when they say, you're crazy.
for having that, but yet
Yeah.
they dye their hair, they have tattoos, but when you go more extreme, you're all of a sudden crazy.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like just even if you have like facial piercings, or even if you have like a single tattoo, if you go into like a certain job field, people are gonna look at it differently?
Most definitely, especially the medical field, they tend to frown upon that a lot more. Nurses have to come in here and hide their piercings quite a bit. Corrections officers sometimes have to hide their tattoos, mostly. So.
Yeah. I think. What else? Well, yeah. Is there anything like you want people to know about people that have piercings and have all this stuff, like all these tattoos and all these body modifications?
Some of the nicest people that I have ever met in this world are the most heavily modified. And I feel like it doesn't change your personality just because you have tattoos and piercings. It doesn't change you as a person.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get pierced?
Yeah, let's do this. I am ready. Okay. I've wanted this one piercing for a very long time.
Very long time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Nice big deep breath in for me and blow out. Your first one's pierced. You okay?
Yeah.
Good. I apologize. I feel worse when I pull people's hair than when I actually pierce them.
It's fine.
So I apologize for pulling your hair. That first one's in. Just got to put the ball on.
It's all right.
How we doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I have this thing where I don't really feel pain all that much, so...
Well, you did really good.
Yeah.
Industrial can be a little bit on the pinchy side. Okay, that one's done.
Yeah.
Here we go for the second one.
Okay.
All right, nice big deep breath in for me and blow out. And that one's pierced. That one's a little bit thicker. How we doing?
Good.
Good. And jewelry is in.
Awesome.
Always make sure that your piercer is disposing of their needles right in front of you. Whoop. Yeah, you guys are gonna get like a good show. I knew it. I thought to myself, oh, they're gonna put me on camera.
I can't even like tell that I'm bleeding, like nothing.
Oh yeah, not horrible. I wouldn't consider this like a heavy bleed.
Okay, cool.
Definitely a little bleed.
Very cool.
So how we doing?
Good.
Good.
Get my belly button done. This is what I'm a little bit nervous about. Just a little bit. Because I had 2 moles removed that stuck out, so I'm just very worried about it. I got them removed because they got caught on stuff.
Alright, we stand just like this for me. You have awesome belly button for this, so I would not worry at all. For real, a lot of people...
I don't think I've ever had anyone tell me I have an awesome belly button.
A lot of people do not have anatomy for belly button piercings, and that's why a lot of people have so much trouble healing them.
Yeah, you guys heard it here first. I have the perfect belly button.
Fresh, but I'm gonna pull you down just a little bit here.
It's all right.
Pull your pants down just a
It's
tad.
fine.
But you're gonna be shocked, like how easy this is.
Okay.
Belly button and nostrils are the easiest piercings that you can
Yeah,
get.
when I got my nose done, like it was so easy.
And I have the sharpest needles in the world. So I'm the only shop that has them. They've only been on the market for 2 months. So that's why stuff, I don't know from your other piercings if you remember how they fly through.
Yeah.
Like fly through. So I am ready if you are.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I am 100% ready. Let's do this.
Okay, so I'm just gonna push on you a little bit here. Take a huge deep breath in for me. Blow out. Belly button's pierced. You okay?
Yeah.
Good.
No, that was just very pinchy.
Pinchy, but quick.
Yeah.
And your jewelry is in. Just got to put the ball on.
That was so quick.
Super quick. See, a lot of times people get themselves like worked up, and then once it's done, they're like, "What? That was it? Let me just clean you up."
Oh my God! Listen, I got a belly button piercing.
Cold. Good job.
So, you moved here like not that long ago.
Yes, I've only been here for a little over a year and a half.
Yeah. So
Been in the industry for 12 years.
Yeah. So has your client base changed since you moved here?
I don't get as many college students, which is fine. Ever since they closed that walking bridge down, it's been a little bit more difficult, but it's a quieter atmosphere. So if you're looking for a more intimate place, at my old shop, it was very chaotic and there was a lot of people at once. And now it's a more chill atmosphere. So I enjoy it either way. I love working with college students. It's why we have the weekly special. I started it because of a college budget in mind.
Yeah. Do you guys like
Well, it's you.
It's just
you're
me.
the only one here.
Yes.
So with your customers that come in, do you see like all different types of people?
Yes.
Yeah.
I pierce more children now than I ever have.
Wow.
And that's because I'm a huge advocate of no piercing guns. Piercing guns are bad, bad, bad.
Would you like to tell our people why piercing guns are bad?
Piercing guns are so, don't get me on that. No. Piercing guns are bad. As you can see, like, I open up everything fresh for you. Everything is sterilized. Piercing guns can't be sterilized, and they jam something through at a high rate of speed, whereas I just glide through. How we feeling?
Good.
Are you dizzy?
No.
Okay. No. Biggest thing, eat. Eat and no partying before you get pierced.
Yeah.
Do not. You don't need people going down.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to say to anyone watching this? Anything like that?
Weekly specials are 2 for $60 Tuesdays and 1 for $35 Thursdays, 12 to 6.
Awesome.
There we go.
Thank you so much for
You're
doing
welcome.
this.
No problem.
Thank you.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Committed to helping students pursuing careers in journalism and communication-related fields.
These are just a few media professionals that we aspire to. We strive to embody the history of the National Association of Black Journalists.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Plattsburgh Hoop Troop is a recreational club where you can either come to learn how to hoop, you can come for hoop fitness, or you can just come to hang out with your friends if you already know how to hula hoop. It was something I started as a sophomore because I love to hula hoop. Our open flow sessions take place from Friday 2 to 3 and Tuesdays 6:30 to 8. Watch PSTV on channel 10.1 or Charter 194.
I am responsible for over 163 abductions, including Lucky Lindy and Patty Hearst. I have scammed Wall Street over 40 times since 1983, stealing upwards of $2 billion. I've evaded authorities countless times in every country I've sought refuge, and I'm still on the run.
Oh! Miss Fabian, how does it feel to be captured after 35
All right, Miss
years
Fabian,
on the
let's
run?
go.
PSTV,
Why'd you do
always
it?
surprising.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And now we would like to welcome Courtney and Nate and to give their thoughts and opinions on the taboos around body modifications.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello. So, what do you guys think of piercings and tattoos and other body modifications?
Terrible. I would never get them.
I mean, God, get it off, get it off! No, do you want to go first or should I?
I mean, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy them. It's a nice way to show any representation of something you love. And it is forever, which I think is a big part of like when the stigma happens. It's scary to go, yes, I love this so much, it's going to be on my body forever. Which is, I understand, it's scary. And then when people get scared of something, it's natural to try and kind of, I don't know, witch hunt it, I guess, a little bit. There's a better term I could use probably, but I I think it's beautiful, and it's quite a lot of fun. No one's getting hurt in the process. I mean, unless you're getting like some very offensive or graphic tattoos, then maybe you might want to tone it down. That's a hard line I might draw.
Yeah, agreed.
But everyone has their own limits.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as far as permanency, obviously tattoos are far more permanent than piercings, but even with piercings, you're still left with scarring and things like that you have to think about. And of course, when you talk about the stigma around piercings and tattoos, for someone with piercings, some piercings you can easily hide, some tattoos you can easily hide, whereas others you can't. And that's something that you should consider, because if it's not something you can easily hide, it will affect how you move through your career life.
That definitely goes in with the foreplanning thing, though.
Yeah.
Especially like when you get a tattoo, you really want to research your artist. You want to make sure you
Oh,
want
yeah.
this for the rest of your life. And on top of that, I think a part of the process should definitely be, what career am I going into?
Yeah.
Can I get this in this career I want to do? Now, I'm going to be doing probably music as producing. I've heard from many a producer saying, yeah, it's pretty weird if you don't have some kind of tattoo
Right.
or some. So I think that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
So kind of like going off of that whole like figuring out like what do you want to do for like a job? What have you noticed in like past jobs that you've had? Like if you have had like your tattoos or your piercings showing, like have you noticed people like treating you differently, or have you noticed that like you can't necessarily get some jobs because of like the tattoos and piercings that you have?
So I was actually just talking to Nate about this. I had a job before the job that I have right now, where I had all of my piercings, I had all of my tattoos, and they said okay to some of them. That they were okay with the eyebrow piercing, and they were okay with the lip piercing, but they wanted me to flip up my septum ring, which is actually something you can do with a septum ring, is you can hide it by pushing it into your nose, so it just kind of disappears. So I did that, and it ended up being that usually once you get a body modification, you want to get another one.
Yeah, it spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, whether it be a tattoo or a piercing, typically once you get one, you want more. So I had gotten this cartilage piercing, and then I got a second eyebrow piercing. And when I did that, my manager decided to have a chat with me about the fact that he didn't like that I had the cartilage piercing and the eyebrow piercing. Now, mind you, I was already told that I could have the lip piercing and the eyebrow piercing. So in my mind, I didn't feel like I had to ask before I got the piercings, because this is an ear piercing, which ear piercings are usually generally accepted. And then I already had an eyebrow piercing. What's the difference if I put another one next to it? So the funniest thing about that is that I worked at a liquor store. And so now, I actually decided after that interaction that I would never compromise on my individuality or being unique, I guess. I would never compromise on who I am as a person in order to conform to a job that wasn't going to be a career, a job that, you know, I wasn't going to be doing that my whole entire life. And so that's something I just decided I'm not going to compromise on these things, because ultimately, in one way or another, our bodies are kind of these vessels that we have, and we can either choose to, you know, we can decorate them with clothes, we can decorate them with piercings, we can decorate them with tattoos.
I was about to go into that.
You know, they're kind of like the body as a canvas is where that goes. But now, the job that I have, I actually work for some religious people, and they love my piercings, love my tattoos. I did the interview with all of my piercings in on the first day of work, just as a courtesy. I said, you know, obviously I have piercings and tattoos. Are there any that you'd prefer that I cover, or are there any that you'd like to talk to me about? And they flat out said, no, it's great. We think it makes you more fun. And that's genuinely how I'm trying to come across, is it's just, this is who I am. It has no effect on my personality. You know, it doesn't change things about me. And I am a supervisor at my job. So, and I've held management positions. I've been an assistant manager, a supervisor. I've held all different kinds of authority positions in all different kinds of organizations at all different kinds of jobs. So
I've lucked out, and I've had some kids who have been pretty chilled out about it. And the cutest thing is, like, I've had kids come up to me and they'll see this on my arm, and I've got the torch right back here and all that, and they'll come up and they'll grab the arm and they'll go, "Mommy, Mommy, look, he's got pictures on his skin," and it's the cutest thing. Like, I find kids are a lot more accepting about it, but in every job I've had so far, I've got hard rules for when it comes to getting tattoos. One is sit, think about it. If you really like it, get it for the rest of your life. 2, depending on your career, get it somewhere you can cover with a work shirt. Now, I highly doubt I would ever get a face tattoo or a hand tattoo, but I'm not going to shoo anyone away from getting that. If you want that and you've got a career that can support it, go for it. It kind of ties into one thing that really struck me. I used to work at Health Food Cafe with a few other people, and someone said something to the ends of, dyeing my hair and piercing are just so unnatural. I'd never do that. And I said, yeah, okay, freak. And then it hit me like a poorly worded simile. Oh no, I'm the freak. And it kind of goes into that, and I thought about it. A lot of stuff is unnatural with that kind of area. I mean, if you want to live a perfectly natural life, live in a cave, eat sticks. Stuff that's unnatural is driving a car, just wearing clothes. Everything's a little weird. And I feel like that's becoming more and more part of society. Like, yeah, it's normal to have green hair if you want to. I mean, I see a lot of people with that these days, as well as tattoos. And only places I can really think of it being stigmatized still really heavily is Japan, especially, because that has some other connotations to it. Some in India and a few other countries around the world, but I feel like the U.S. is pretty open about it.
My favorite question to ask people, because I dealt with this heavily, is how do parents react to stuff? So I have 10 piercings altogether, 2 tattoos. I just got my belly button done in an industrial bar in my ear. And I called my parents yesterday, and I was FaceTiming them and talking to my mom. And my mom turns, and she's like, "Oh, say hi to your dad." So I'm like, "Oh, hi, Dad." He's like, "Hi, Allison. I'm mad at you." And I'm like, "Why are you mad at me?" He's like, "You got a belly button piercing. I don't like those." And my mom's like, "Yeah, I'm not happy about this one." Yeah. But, you know, it's that whole stigma around, like, what certain piercings mean and what certain tattoos mean. Like, if you get a tramp stamp, people are automatically, like, they have this idea about you. If you, like, belly button piercings, people have this idea about you. Face tattoos, all that stuff. And it's like, people shouldn't have these ideas about you, but a lot of times we learn these ideas from our parents. So how did your parents react to it? Like, were they, like, chill about it?
My dad's pretty chill about it. He's actually paying for my back piece coming up. And this ties into something interesting. My artist is a yogi, and I grew up with Hare Krishna parents, and Hare Krishnas were very accepting and understanding and very sweet. But eventually it got to the point where I said, I don't really buy into it as much, and they were like, "It's okay, come have sweets." It was really sweet. But there's one piece that I really want to get. It's a Hanuman piece, and he's a figure from the Bhagavad Gita. And I thought, wow, that was really important to me when I was a kid, and it will always hold a deep meaning for me. I thought, I would like to get this as a back piece. And my dad said, "If you get that, I'll pay for it." And so he's paying for that piece, which I'm excited to get. But he's been accepting for the most part of some of the stuff I've gotten. But he has acted weirdly about some stuff as well. Like, I was thinking about getting gauges, small, nothing crazy.
Yeah, my parents have completely outlawed
But
them.
yeah, exactly. My dad drew a hard line in the sand. And I figure I'll get him later down the line. But there are some weird perceptions about that. Like, some stuff, like a tasteful little nose piercing, that's fine. Like, if you want it. But, like, anywhere but here, here, and here, anywhere else, and get lost. Like, I don't understand that at all.
So when I got my first tattoo, I have flowers, beautiful flowers, you know, just simple, whatever. I got the money for Christmas. January rolls around, I go up to my parents, I'm like, "Just so you know, I already made the appointment, I'm going to go get my first tattoo." I did not give them the option to say no. I'm like, "I'm going, my friend's driving me, you have no say in what I'm doing." I come home, and of course, as soon as I get home, my dad comes home. And my dad is this big, 6-foot-tall, buff. He's worked for a highway department since he was 18. You know, like, he's in his 50s. Like, he's like scary looking dude. You don't want to, like, upset him. ever. So he comes in and he sees the tattoo on my arm and he looks at it and he looks at me and he's like, thank God it's not skulls or anything stupid. Because he's like, if you would come home with something stupid on your arm, he's like, I would have sent you back and I would have paid for the cover-up.
That's great, because like my first tattoo was a skull.
My dad's like, at least you get girly things. He's like, if you would come home with like a naked woman on your arm, he's like, I don't know how I would have felt. He's like, I think you would have given your ma a heart attack. I'm like, it's my money. Like, if I want to get like a naked woman on my arm, I can get a naked woman on my arm.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I think it's the whole, even though I was the one paying for it, they still see it as I'm their child, so they have some control over what I do with my body.
Absolutely. It's interesting, kind of the arbitrary rules that not only our parents but society put on us. It's, okay, you can't get, piercings other than here and here. Why? It's all part of the same system. It's all part of the same person. It's all part of the same body. What specifically makes that one piece of art not okay?
It's just like hair dye too, with the whole thing. Like people were like, oh, they'll dye their hair if like it's graying a little bit, like back to their natural color. But like anything on the other spectrum, just get out. I don't get that.
Right, and why?
Well, I'm a natural ginger.
Yeah.
I've actually had hairstylists refuse to dye my hair.
Really?
Because they told me, your hair is naturally red. Why would you ever want to ruin that?
That's kind of messed
See,
up.
and then they refer to it as ruining, which is also really...
It's not ruining my hair. I finally found one hairdresser. She dyed part of my hair pink for me.
Nice.
And that was like the best day of my life. I was like, this is great. And like my dad is very anti me dyeing my hair and my sister dyeing her hair because we're both redheads.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's beautiful hair. You don't want to dye it. I'm like, it's my hair. I'm going to dye it if I want to dye it. If I
hair
want...
also grows back.
Exactly. I'm like, if one day I wake up and I'm like, I want bleach blonde hair, I'm going to go get bleach blonde hair.
Yeah.
I may be broke right now and not be able to afford the bleach blonde hair, but when I'm not broke, I will get my bleach blonde hair.
I think what it ultimately comes down to is realizing exactly what is entailed with your decision making.
Yeah.
What happens when you get a piercing? What happens when you get a tattoo? Obviously, you said you should research the artist, you should know what you want to get, there should be a meaning behind it. But even if you got a tattoo or a piercing with no meaning for no reason, so long as you made sure that it was done safely, so long as you recognize the consequences to the action, and I mean every action has consequences, it's just a matter of, are those positive consequences or are they negative consequences?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into. And it's kind of sad because there's not a lot of regulation with tattooing and with piercing. There's not, and it depends on what state you're in and things like that. I myself would love to be a piercer. Really the only way that you can be a piercer is to get an apprenticeship. There's not really any kind of certifications. You want a certification in bloodborne pathogens because obviously you're putting holes in people. So it's just interesting because there's not these certifications where there are certifications for other things, like CPR and first aid and things like that. And, you need to have those, but there's no hard and fast, this person can be a piercer because they have these credentials. It's just kind of a matter of, okay, do I think that this person is clean? Do they use an autoclave to clean their tools? Do they use fresh needles? Are they wearing gloves? It's a lot of, you want to be aware and you want to definitely know the consequences to your actions, whether they're good or bad.
Something I was about to say that you just reminded me of was people will have this huge stigma of like, for instance, if let's say I want to get those gauges done, they'd be like, oh, that's freaky. But yet, this soccer mom named Brenda or something has no problem taking her child to Claire's, where they use needle guns, which are the most unsanitary thing on the planet.
They use needle guns to punch holes inside cow ears.
To tag cattle,
Tag cattle. They shouldn't be used to tag children.
No,
and then
kids are fine
on top
with
of that too, in New York, you need to be 18 to get a tattoo. Parents can't even sign for you to get a tattoo if you're younger, but you can have parents sign to get piercings. We pierce babies' ears. Why is that? Everyone always asks when you have a piercing, did it hurt?
No crap.
If you have to ask if it hurt, if there's probably some level of discomfort, and everyone's pain threshold is different, but why exactly are we doing that to children before before they can consent.
Well, people always
I
ask
mean,
stupid
you know,
things, so they're like, that's permanent. And I love to go,
Right, yeah,
oh
of
no,
course.
oh no, it's not coming off.
But it is. I mean, we're tagging infants like cattle without even asking consent. And that in and of itself is an issue.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it all goes back to the whole consent thing. And should children be able to consent for this stuff, or should it just all rely on their parents until they turn a certain age? Because then it also comes down to, are the children in charge of their own bodies?
Right. Right.
It comes to that whole thing because the parents can say, "Oh, my kid wants this piercing," but the child can't consent to it.
Right.
Is the child then in charge of their own bodies?
Right.
And then we go in the whole rape culture and all
Oh,
that.
yeah, absolutely.
All the stuff. We could be sitting here for
Absolutely.
hours.
Yeah, we can't go
For
that
sure.
deep. Just play the X-Files theme. Let's get it going. Roll it.
So, Allison, you have no tattoos.
Yes.
And you have only one piercing.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well.
Yeah, don't you want to be a freak like us?
Join the weirdos.
Well, my parents have like told me multiple times that they don't necessarily like want me to get tattoos and piercings, and like they've told me like that they won't necessarily like help me pay for certain things if I do get those.
That's a classic
Which
one.
like, I mean, I love my parents.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say like sit here and talk bad about them or anything like that, but just kind of like.
Of course not. We
saying,
all love our families.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just saying that because like I know my
Hi,
mom's gonna
Mom.
watch this, so like.
That's something you said about
Shout
that.
out to
That's true.
Wendy and Dave for raising me.
But like,
Yeah.
you know, like, one of the questions that my mom asked me like every time I bring up wanting to get a tattoo, because like yes, I do want to get tattoos. Like I don't think I'll ever get like tattoos like as big as yours.
Yeah.
But like I'd like to get like little things like right here, like on my wrist that like kind of means something to me, you know. So like, she's always asked me like, are you gonna like it when you're old and wrinkly? I'm like, well, who knows? Who knows if I will? But I'll like it now, and I'll enjoy it now.
Well,
like
and
that.
on that as well, will you like it when you're old and wrinkly? How many people, first of all, like their bodies to begin with?
And when they're old and wrinkly.
No, just in general.
Yeah,
just in general, before
Yeah.
you even get old and wrinkly. How many people like their bodies to start with? And then when you're old and wrinkly, is that really going to be what you're going to be thinking about? Oh, I got this tattoo. That is so terrible.
Well, it's like a time
Like,
capsule. That's what
right.
a buddy
Yeah.
of mine called his. He has 2 giant feathers right here, and he calls them his happy little save files, which is a little trite, but I like it.
It is. It's significant of a
Exactly.
moment in time.
And it
Yeah.
brings him back every time he looks down. And so he said, when I'm in the nursing home, I'm going to look back on these memories. I've got these Mars on my arm. I'm going to love them. Which is,
Yeah.
you're not putting a perfect body in the grave.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
No.
Never. You never put a perfect body in the grave.
And that's the thing.
There's a reason it's going in the grave.
We're going to be old, and
I
then,
mean,
like,
that's true.
Pantera is going to be oldies someday. Like, we're going to be in
Right,
a
yeah.
wheelchair mosh pit. Like, it's not...
Can I
Nate,
please
if
go
you're
to
ever,
Yeah, I know, right?
Nate, if you get old enough that you're in a wheelchair in a mosh pit, I want to see pictures of this.
I mean, I'm probably going to be the one bringing
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I'll fall over. I'm like,
Throw it
don't
in the
help me. This is
Pathfinder.
how I did it back when I was your age.
This is how I want to go. You know, but it is
Wasn't
true.
there actually a story about an old man who escaped the nursing home to go to a metal show? I
I-
thought I read that recently.
I know
I'm
I've
looking
seen a
that up as
video
soon as I
of
get
like
home.
a woman who was like in a wheelchair and like fans helped her get into the mosh pit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that.
That's cool.
But that's off topic.
Yeah.
But
No, that's the thing.
it is true. Like, I've gotten comments about my piercings, about especially like just with my ears and stuff, being like, you know, that's a lot of piercings. What's gonna happen like when you're a parent? You know, like, are you gonna take them out? And I'm like, no. Why would I take them out?
It doesn't affect your ability to
Yeah,
parent.
and I'm like, this is a part of me. I've been one of those people. I've never liked how I look. Growing up as a ginger, you get a lot of comments, you know, about the red hair and about the pale skin, and I'm very, very short, so you get a ton of comments about that. So I always made a point of, well, if I can't change how I look, I'm gonna add stuff to how I look.
That's
Right.
a good way to put it.
Change the things you can change, because why not?
Yeah. So that's all the time we have for today. Thank
Sweet.
you guys for coming.
Thank you for
absolutely.
having us. Yeah, that was
thank you
fun.
so much.
Yeah, we definitely learned a lot from you guys today.
Happy to help.
And
welcome you to yet another version of After Hours here on PSTV.
And welcome to another installment of Talk Nerdy to Me.
You look excited. Yeah. I'm freezing.
I'm Lauren Weiss.
And I'm Kyle Bryant. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
2 minutes of the finest in news that you need to know about.
And now it's time for a PSTV News special report.
Scoring scores! With 2 seconds left!
Have for today, folks.
Tune in next time for more fun and games.
Be sure to check out the other shows right here on PSTV, like Inside the News, Platt's Life, Mockingbird, and Focal Point.
Also be sure to check out Turn It Up, Talk Nerdy to Me, and Cardinal Sports.
That's all from A Squared.
See you next time!
By two contestants who are ready to battle and finish.
Check out Turn It Up, Talk Nerdy to Me, and Cardinal Sports. That's all.
Don't give him the pen. And I would have paid for the cover-up.
That's great, because like my... They're like, it's okay, come next week. It's really sweet.
And that's all the time we have for today, folks.
Tune in next time for more fun and games. Where's our teleprompter? Now let's send it over to our game host, Destiny Sybil. I knew I was going to screw it up. Destiny Syllabirdie. Destiny Syllabirdie. Okay, can you just go back to my line? Now let's send it over to our game host, Destiny Syllabirdie, and see if these teams are ready to win. Damn it, it says teams. It's not teams. Let me do that again.
For those of you who don't know what Vines are, they are short 6-second videos that were produced on the app Vine. We're gonna redo that because I can't speak English. Those of you who don't know what Vines are, they're short 6-second videos that were produced on the app Vine.
R.I.P. Vine.
Now let's send it over to our host, Destiny Syllabirdie, and see if these contestants are ready to win.
No, you were supposed to we're supposed to have banter throughout this.
We're gonna redo that one.
Squared. Welcome back to A Squared. Tonight's game will test.
No, redo that. I was looking at you.
Welcome back to A Squared. Tonight's game will test. Having tattoos and piercings hurts your chance of getting a job. Now, let's have some real talk with Megan, the owner of Flight. I need to do that again. By the way, can you tell Sean, camera 1 doesn't have a teleprompter.
Stop right there. Stop. Go down. A little bit. A little bit.
Right there.
Right there. That's good. Just keep it on camera 2.
Okay.
They're gonna go to camera 2. So.
Yeah, it's on camera 2.
Just
right
stay at camera 2.
Okay, they want to.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
All right. That's all she wrote. Time. This is the last time, I promise. Please stop moving. Do you want to just restart from you?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Now let's send